Hi, my name is Marsmia Reno Vasquez, and this is the division in baseball. The Los Angeles Dodgers are ruining baseball. After winning two back-to-back World Series, that seems to be the conversation point of every baseball fan, not only in Southern California, but all around the world who is a fan of baseball. A few years ago, the Dodgers began investing in players, deferring money, and expanding contracts so that new players are satisfied with their salary and have time to invest in their futures. Because the team was investing so much money into new players and deferring money, expanding contracts, scoping out all these potential aspects of World Series winners, they were seen as money hungry and ring hungry. I'm here to prove to you why this is not true. My credibility is that I have been a baseball fan since the day I was born. I was born during the World Series, so baseball has been very relevant to my life. Because it has been very relevant to my life, I followed teams like the Dodgers, the Angels, and the Yankees all throughout my life, and I have seen how different the power dynamics have changed throughout the years. Because back then, the Los Angeles Dodgers were a losing team. They didn't have the potential they have now, and they didn't have the kind of media gathering that they do now. But over time, I see how different teams are accused of different things, such as cheating and ruining baseball for reasons that are all following the rule book. But because fans don't understand this, this causes the underlying problem, which it causes divisions in the fan base with and causes violence between fans and players, players themselves, and the franchises altogether because of the misunderstandings within their cherished sport. Many franchise owners refuse to distribute their money to invest in their players and potential players because became so common in Major League Baseball. People think there's nothing to be done to invest in good players and therefore settle for bad teams and take their anger out on the baseball world. But many people fail to realize that franchise owners are there more as investors and not team players and supporters of the team itself. Many franchise owners are there to build up a salary and build up a name for themselves. Many don't care about the sport, so therefore have no they see no real reason to invest in the team. Because of this problem and because it has become so normalized within the majority of the teams in Major League Baseball, it has become so normalized to pin teams against each other, fans against each other, and players against each other. And hate has been so normalized in the sport that teams and players even chant negative things at each other during games. And to quote Vince Gennaro's Diamond Dollars, misallocation of resources can be just as damaging as low payroll. Because not only do they choose to not invest money into their players, they choose to not invest time and effort and resources into their players, which makes everyone kind of just sort of give up on the team, which damages the team's overall morality and reputation. For years, this custom has become normalized because the franchise heads decide to use the money for their own gain, like I said before, instead of focusing on building a strong and well rounded teams. Most owners are in it for their own financial needs with no ambition to go for top players. What I mean by no financial means is that no matter what, their paychecks are the same. So that's all they really care about and look at when thinking about the team. Like I said before, they normalize this so much because they do not want the stress of looking into teams, looking into players, looking into top prospects. That once fans realize that owners can distribute their money and invest, they can influence them to take action and start putting more effort into their teams. Owners can start investing in current players' talent and bringing benefits to new prospects. And to quote Eric Longenhagen and Kylie McDaniel's Future Value, sustainable success comes from blending player development with smart acquisition strategies. What this quote means is that not only do the franchise owners need to sort of, how do I say this? They not only need to see their own self gain, but they also need to realize how it reflects on not just the team but the reputation that they have to hold, which is for most teams have been around for decades. They need to see that they are responsible for how everyone is looked at, not just the players. So what can we do? Once the MLB as a whole follows what the Los Angeles Dodgers have been doing, such as deferring money and signing long contracts and signing players to build off of, they will start to see other teams succeeding and make baseball interesting again, which we all know is not true because baseball has always been interesting, but many people fail to realize this fact because they are so focused on spreading hate and violence towards the winning teams that they don't realize that there is an imbalance, but it is not because of the teams. It is because of the franchise owners, which insinuate this hate and cause all this unnecessary misunderstandings. Once other teams get the hang of deferring money, signing long contracts, and signing anyone that you see real potential in, there won't be an imbalance in the baseball world anymore. To quote Molly Knight's The Best Team Money Can Buy, money was poured into every corner of the organization. By the organization, they are talking about the Los Angeles Dodgers because, as many players have shown and talked about before, they're not only given their money and their schedules, they are given teamwork, they're given morality, they are given a sense of community and family within the team and their fans because not just because of the money, but because of their efforts and the time they put into each other, they have built off a good relationship with each other, which has shown in the team. Even if you have teams that that have been together for years, such as the Padres. A lot of the players have been there for years, and they have a good reputation with them. They are a good team, but the Padres still have failed to win a World Series. Why? Because of things like morality and trying to build off of each other's potential and seeing each other's wrongs and rights and trying to fixate on that. So when they say it was poured into every corner of the organization, they are also talking about the players. To quote Matt Snyder's, Dodgers are not ruining baseball with league leading $389.1 million payroll. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred says the Dodgers are a really well run, successful organization. Everything that they do and have done is consistent with our rules. They're trying to give their fans the best possible product, which kind of rounds off to everything I have said before. Not only are they looking at their own game, they're also trying to withhold not just their reputation, but withhold the legacy that the Los Angeles Dodgers have built before. Because as we know before, they were also the Brooklyn Dodgers, so they have a long and interesting reputation that they are trying to hold up. And they had done this also with players like Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, which are the star players of the game now because they were willing to invest in them over long periods of time. So, what can we do as a fan? We can explain deferring money to other fans that insinuate hate in teams, write to franchise owners to fix these problems, and support teams regardless of status and rank in the MLB. Because at the end of the day, it is not the fans' fault for what is happening. It is the franchise owners, and we shouldn't directly blame them for all the hate, but it is good to have a starting point to really just accept and embrace each other as a whole. Thank you.